Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
Welcome back to the Application of Knowledge podcast. I am Animated Mel. We have Chris James here. We have Stephen Michael here. And we are the Application Knowledge podcast. Welcome to episode number 61. Number 61. There we
Coming
go.
up on that good old 69.
Wow.
Oh, where's my damn...
Where are you looking? Oh, the microphone.
I knew something was missing. I'm like...
Oh, we couldn't hear Stephen. Hey, you know, let's start it over.
I'm sorry. I'm like, hold on a second. Like, something's missing.
Hold on. All right. And reaction.
Dang, I already threw my paper.
Okay. Well, we're back. You know, Stephen has this microphone now, so we had to
Reanimation.
We had to re-edit this.
Yeah, edit it, make it look good.
Had to edit it in. Okay, Chris and Stephen, where do you all want to start? Do you all have anything that you all particularly want to talk about that's on your mind before we get to anything that I care about?
Let me think.
Oh, let me think. Do you need something to think about?
I got...
Health.
I'm
Health.
gonna just say, Top G still locked up.
Top G still locked up.
He's still locked up, and I think that the powers that be, they're in trouble. They're in trouble because you have a man that's been locked up for what?
90 days at least.
90 days at least, 90 plus days, 100
or
days.
he's coming up on 90.
Yeah.
Maybe, and you literally have not charged him.
This is crazy.
He has no charges. He's been held publicly for the past 90 days in jail. He can't have contact with his lawyer without being recorded. He can't have contact with,
Wait, he can't have contact without being recorded?
No.
Is that legal? Oh,
that's
this
their
is
law. That's their legal
That's
system.
crazy.
So he can't have interaction in person with them. So it's like, okay, clearly you don't have anything on him. You're trying to build a case against him, but it's the most
frivolous.
I will say that of this new generation, it's the O.J. Simpson trial, right? Like, it's the most high-profile case of this new generation, not of our generations, because I guess O.J. was, more prominent. But
Yeah, but OJ was like, there was stuff against him. Like, there was,
but
I mean, he got chased for goodness sake.
I'm talking about the high profile.
Okay,
because
sorry.
honestly, Andrew Tate is more high profile than the Simpson case because it's international.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not just our culture. Like, it's everybody knows this is going on. And if they let him out without charging him, without convicting him of something, he will have power that no person in modern time has ever possessed.
Why do you say that? Is it because it's obvious that he's being done wrong by the powers that be?
Or almost like saying he's untouchable? Or
No, it's not that he's saying he's untouchable. Y'all don't get it? Look at it. Look at his message. Look at his following.
Oh, he's saying this proves he's correct.
This proves that he's correct,
Yeah, okay.
and it proves that he's not doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
So now all the naysayers, everybody that was like, he's raping people and all that stuff, can't use that against him anymore.
Yeah.
Even I don't think that. I don't know, man, because there's still be some people out there who are unforgiving.
It doesn't matter. He didn't do anything.
Unforgivable.
And they can't prove it.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything, and they can't prove it now. They held this man against his will for 90 days to 6 months, investigating his entire life. He had no contact with the outside world, so he can't threaten anybody, he can't kill anybody off. And they proved nothing? No, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah,
I mean, at this point, if something is going on, I mean, you're a government. Like, you should be able to build a case if you could. But this whole thing is backwards. I don't care if it's Romania or not. Like the fact that they legally in some way can just grab him and then hold him while they investigate, this is crazy to me.
He got to have some kind of, like the U.S. has to have some kind of connect over there, because I don't.
The embassy.
Yeah, the U.S. embassy, because I don't think that Romania, considering how, I mean, I guess that Romania would detain him for the right amount of money, but it would seem like Andrew Tate's message exploits the control that the government has over our populace and within our society. And his message of encouraging young men to become better versions of themselves and to empower themselves, to think for themselves. And it's obvious that goes against everything that is being pushed within the mainstream society. Like, why would they want men and people to be more masculine? Like, they demonize masculinity as if that's something that we shouldn't be when we're men, and they don't tell us or push us in the right direction towards individualism. They push us toward a sheep mentality where we just have to do what we told. You fall in line, sir, yes, sir. You don't question anything that you've been taught. But once you have someone like Andrew Tate who counteracts that thought process, of course, look what's happening. Literally, it's happening in front of your face. And people, no matter how much you plead or try to explain to them, like, hey, listen to what he's saying. Listen to his message. Forget your emotions. When you just listen to what he says, some people, they have an open mind and be like, you know what? He actually is speaking some real stuff. But then others, they are allowing their first message that they hear about Andrew Tate dictate who he actually is. So they have a warped perception of Andrew Tate. And it's like, whoever y'all are saying, it's more like a first impression.
Yeah.
Because regardless of what they learn afterwards, their first introduction to them is going to be a negative one.
Yeah.
So while it does make sense to just look at things at a different perspective, that first influence
It's already tainted.
Yeah, it's already there. So it'll be hard to change some people who don't have our mindsets when they're so committed to their own ego.
It's the same thing with like KS, right? Kevin Samuels. It's the same thing. And obviously they had different battles that they were fighting, right? But at the end of the day, it all boils down to masculinity, right? And this is a topic that is so hot right now. I don't think there's a hotter topic that's in our generation than masculinity and men being men than right now.
Yeah.
I don't think that just widespread. I don't think that there's anything hotter than that, and it's so unfortunate because I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes, and we talk about it, right? Even on our podcast, we talk about it amongst ourselves. But there are times where I'm like, bro, I just want to stop seeing it, because it's so much sometimes. And then what angers me is there's this dude he's online, and I don't know his name.
Destiny.
You already know what I'm talking about.
The blue hair?
The black dude on no. That's I don't really like him. But the Destin. He goes on Fresh and Fit. He's been on other things. No, it's the black dude on my conversation cards. Mr. Something. He does a podcast with this, I think her name's Kita or something like that.
I'm not familiar with it.
Mr. Let Go?
No, not him, but he's on that podcast sometimes.
Okay.
But anyway, I just recently went to his page and I was like, don't show me his stuff anymore. Because when I started not listening to him, but he started popping up for whatever reason. And every time I would see him randomly scrolling, he would be not basically bashing men, but he'd basically be like, I don't know, there was one video where he starts off and he's like, if you don't have the money to let a woman rest in her femininity or something, you need to stay out of this conversation about traditional men or something like that, right? It's one of those videos. And basically, he's always talking to men, basically telling them to shut up, and it's always pandering to women. So when I went to his page, because he had another clip that popped up, and it's really, and how he talks, you think that he's like red pill, you know what I'm saying? But then when you listen to him, it's like, bro, hold on a second here. Your message is actually like against kind of men, like in a like, and it's very interesting. Like, you got to listen to him to kind of understand it. And I really wish that you guys like knew who I was talking about.
You didn't say his name.
I mean,
I tried. I don't think
sure.
you know his name from his name. If you don't know my conversation cards, that podcast, I'll look it up. But if you don't know that podcast,
just send a
then,
link.
okay. But anyway, so I went to his page and I said, well, let me see. I saw he had like almost 1 million followers. Jeez. And I said, right. And he's a podcaster. So I said, why do you have so many followers? Right. So then I started going through some of his reels and just listening to a couple of them. And all of them start off with, men, you're doing this bad. Men, you're doing that bad. Men, you're doing this bad. Right. One of them was talking about how being an active mother and an active father have two totally different meanings, right? And he's talking about being an active mother is going to PTA meetings and getting up and making breakfast, yada, yada, yada. Being an active father is maybe getting the kids on the weekends, right?
What?
Being an active father is buying them a toy every once in a while. Like, and I'm just like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, and so he is so dangerous the way that he talks. So then I went to his followers and I said, how many of my followers follow him? Mm-hmm. And I literally had like 25.
Wow.
25 of the people that I am friends with that are Instagram follow him. I said, okay, let's see. And I started scrolling through. Every single one of them was a woman.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. And I said, there we go. I said, so my intuition, right, was correct. Number one, you're not going to have 1 million followers bashing women, right? You're not going to. You have to bash men. Mm-hmm. You have to pander to women to get that many followers. You mentioned Mr. Let Go. Mm-hmm. Guess how many followers he has?
86,000.
Nick, how about 6,000, 8,000? He's popular.
Yeah.
Right? He's got a big YouTube following, but his Instagram, 8,000. Nobody follows him. Why? Because he's red pilled. He talks to women, right? So it's just like people like that. They come off as experts, but it's just like, bro, you're doing this just to simply pander to women and to basically push this stereotype that men are just trash. It's like, bro, you're no different than any other woman out there that's just bashing black men.
Have you seen any of his content that you can agree with, or was it just majority everything that you see?
Well,
he just listened to clips.
No. Well, I've seen pieces of their podcast, but I don't like any of them. Like even and Mr. Let Go is the only one on there that I've actually listened to, but I don't like. Every time he talks. It's something, my intuition, something is like, I don't like him.
So how you feel is how like women feel when they hear Kevin Samuels.
It's not about, okay, I see where you're going. It's not about how I feel. It's part of my intuition is saying, don't listen to this, right? So then I went through his reels and I said, let me listen. And every single one of them was not a feeling. I'm listening. It's bashing men. Right. So so I'm now doing some digging right now. Did I listen to their whole podcast? I mean, their podcasts are 3-4 hours long, but I also don't like the other women that are on the podcast either. Right. Like
I would listen to one.
I mean,
just one, because I mean, we could say the same thing about clips that we choose not to use. And then we just base our feelings off these clips. And granted, of course, what you heard in that clip, you didn't agree with, but I mean, it wasn't just. I mean, I don't follow him. I don't go to people's pages to purposely say, don't follow this person, don't show me their stuff. It was that strong that said, I don't want to see this content because there's something wrong with this. I'm sorry. You don't.
I mean, I think what Mel is saying is fair because it's what we would tell somebody to do for KS. Now, here's the difference. You're making it sound as if I go to his page on YouTube and I go through his clips, which means this is the message that he is putting out personally. You're saying that these are the clips that you're seeing. This isn't a narrative that someone else is trying to paint.
This is his personal page, not his podcast page. His personal page. These are clips on his page. So things from the podcast or from his own podcast, not clips that someone's going to take from Kevin and then say, listen to this.
Right.
Or Top G and say, listen to this out of context.
Right.
He is posting this stuff
out of context
for clicks.
Right. Well, I mean, that says a lot. I understand why you don't think that you need to listen to a full podcast, because he's pretty much damning himself. I understand why Mel said what he said.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to listen to KS, don't. You want to listen to this guy, don't. It's not really about that. Now, if Steve goes on a parade talking about how this dude is this, that, and the other, and I hope he dies, and
nice.
you go take it to the level that they did with KS, because it's like, boom, you hear something you don't like, you just don't listen to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if he goes hard and he hasn't fully fleshed it out, then I would have a problem.
Right. It was simply, I said, I keep seeing his clips and I'm like, I don't like him every time he talks. And then I went to his page and then I said, let me listen to some of the stuff he's putting out. And now I found his page. His name is Ace Metaphor. And
yeah, I've never heard his name.
I never heard
I might have seen him though.
Let me see. You want me to play one of his clips?
that. Sure.
I mean,
Ace Metaphor.
yeah, which are you supporting your child? You should have chose better. Looks like raising your I mean, what do you an active mother? Let's
Pick whatever you like.
And an active father got two different definitions. Go ghost on active mother and an active father got two different definitions. Active mother, trenches, day in, day out, 24/7. Active mother, PTA meetings, soccer practice, football practice, reading, teaching, homework. Active mother, cook, clean, rear. Active mother. Active father, he come over on weekends. Active father, he buy a gift or two. Active father, he FaceTimes every once in a while. Different definitions, different standards. Just because you an active father don't mean you pulling your motherfucking weight. You active enough to take pictures, but are you 24/7? Do you know his teacher's name? Do you know what his grade point average is? You know what size shoe your kid wear? You know what prescription his glasses is? When is his next doctor appointment? Quit calling yourself a active parent, active father, just because you post pictures on social media once or twice a month. Just because you're not in the
I don't think you say anything wrong in that one.
active
Because I mean, it depends on what perspective you're coming from. Based on that, I could see how that can be taken out of context. I personally,
What's not taken out? I mean, I don't think it's taken out of context. I think it's how you perceive it.
Yeah, let's get into it.
yeah, I don't think he said anything wrong there, because I mean, I don't know based on that clip. There's not a setting of it.
So we have to assume we're speaking generally, right? Because that's all you have. You have the clips. He's speaking generally. An active father and an active mother are two different things. The active mother is actually present. The active father is an afterthought. That's not true.
It's not
like
true.
at all. He's talking about an inactive father.
Correct.
Yeah. That's
So-
what
well,
that's how I perceive
but
it.
that's not what he said.
That's how I perceived it.
But that's not what he
But
said.
that's not what he said.
He said an active father. This is what y'all think an active father is, or this is the
what an
definition of an active father
is.
is.
I didn't take it that way.
That's what he
That's
said.
what he
though.
said.
I know that's what he said, but hearing that clip, because that's why I would want to see the full video versus seeing that clip, because I perceive it a completely different way.
Well, here's the thing, Mel. Once again, it's only the clip, so that's where we're at, right? However, if he wanted things to be equal, he would say, active mother, father gives you father gives you child support, and you go spend it on some nails.
He would have gave them both a negative connotation.
Exactly. He wouldn't have given one. So you can't say
He gave the
active
woman
mother,
all
active father,
positive.
all the woman stuff is positive, and all the male stuff is negative. That don't work.
Yeah, no. I don't think that was what he was trying to say. But I see that's
Why? How do you come to that conclusion? You're basically just guessing.
No. Based on how I'm understanding his message, I don't see I see how that him saying that it's putting that message of the man is doing less than the woman. I get that. I'm not getting rid of that message that's obvious. But when I'm watching that, to me, it doesn't make logical sense for him to actively say that. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe he is putting it in a situation of how it's normalized in the community of like mothers being active in like the parents, the mothers being more hands-on in a black home, and the men aren't there. They just see them on the weekends, maybe because it's like a child support system set up. This is how my mind goes when I'm thinking about the situation. Because I'm trying to see, I try to give the benefit of the doubt before I commit to what's an obvious what it is.
I can understand that. But when I tell you, when I said that I went through his page and I got to this conclusion based on what I saw, right? Does that, when I said that he panders towards women, which means he's going
based on that, yes, that pander towards
women. I can close my eyes and just click something and they're all the same way.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Right?
And he said nothing negative about women right there.
Right. I mean, click any. I mean,
nigga, just press one.
Oh, hold on.
Already walking that walk. Don't take breaks. He ain't gotta say submit to me. This man is already walking that walk, so he ain't gotta talk the motherfucking talk, man. Find you a man that ain't gotta talk that. Be submissive. His actions, the way he carries himself, the way he handles his business, the way he cares for you and the children, the way he's considerate of your needs, the way he reciprocates the energy you give him, gives you the trust to follow his lead because he is down to follow yours if in any situation you are more qualified. He ain't leading from a place of ego. He is leading from a place of wanting to see what's best for himself and his family. These men ain't saying submit to me because I'm the man and that's what you're supposed to do. They ain't gotta say that. Because their actions is talking for them. Any man that got to do all this jibber jabber and submit to me, I'm a man, I'm masculine, all this different, is because he devoid things show women good idea to follow. I'm telling you, when a man is leading his own life, he ain't got to say all that.
I'm not going to say anything. I want to hear y'all points of view first.
I don't have once again, I did not, let me just be clear with what I said. I said I don't like how he panders towards women. This is what I would consider sneak dissing, right? I don't have an issue with what he is saying, as in he is teaching women, this is what the man you need to look for. But what he's doing is he's sneak dissing all of the podcasters, all of the men that are talking about submission and men that are saying, submit to me. There's a movement happening, right? So I don't have a problem with what he is saying, the words. It is the intention behind it and the message he's shooting on the low end. So if a woman listens to this, she's going to say, well, if a man has to say submit to me or I want this or I want that, then he's not the one for me because he's not talking or there's no action. He's just talking, right? That's what he is. That's the way I perceived that message.
So most of what he said, I'll probably say about 85% of what he said I would agree with. I think that there were elements of what he said that were a little weird. Like he said, okay, so when a man is on his purpose and he's doing his thing, he's leading, you don't gotta say submit. A woman will automatically submit. Well, that's not true.
That's not true.
Women aren't going to just submit because you're on your purpose. I know that for a 1,000% fact. Okay, so it removes any onus from the woman to take responsibility. And once again, this is just a clip, but it removes any onus from the woman to take responsibility. A man, just like a woman, should go into a relationship or an interpersonal relationship they're already playing their roles. I shouldn't have to do something for you to play your role. You should automatically play your role. Whether I play my role or not, you play your role because that's who you are, right? So that part was a little weird. And then he said something about everything was leaning towards the man is going to make sure you're taken care of. He's going to pay attention to your needs. It's like, okay, it's all about the woman.
So what? What about my needs? What
about the man's needs? It should be the opposite. It should be the woman, she's the help me. Yes, the woman is going to tend to the man's needs. The man is going to tend to the family's needs, but the woman is going to tend to the man's needs. I was talking to somebody, maybe it was Shell. I was talking to somebody recently about how in certain cultures in Africa, the mother-in-law will move into the house with the wife and the husband to teach the wife how to essentially take care of her son.
Wow.
I was just like, wow, that's crazy. In America, she'd get called all kinds of names.
That makes sense, though.
It makes a lot of sense because this is the structure of the household, the man. Mm-hmm. The reason why we have these problems is because the man's not there. If the man is there and he's being well maintained, you have structure. It'd be no different if you have a house and you've got termites and you're letting the termites eat away at your framing and your structure. The house isn't going to stand. It doesn't make any sense. Terminate them. Get rid of them. Mm-hmm. Take care of the structure. And men are the structure. But he said a lot of good things. Like, yes, if a man is not on his purpose, and also, yes, if it's the same thing Andre 3000 said, this is not new. If he said real talk, I probably won't trust him. That's what people do. They talk. And when they don't have anything to back it up, they talk more because it's the only way they can convince you with words because your actions don't say anything. So that's 100% correct.
But the problem is, one of the problems that I have with it, and once again, my whole purpose of saying I don't like him, it's how sneaky his content is.
I think it's just of not what he's saying, it's what he's not saying. Because in all those clips, I feel like his message, it's a good message for women to hear because that's the audience he's targeting. But I don't think his message is going to lead the women in a direction that's against what they would want. He's just focusing on the women. So, like, if he's telling a woman to like, a man doesn't have to tell you that he's to submit or whatever, your actions would do it. I can take it as because he didn't say anything about what the woman should do. So I take it as if he's telling a woman that a man will make her submit without having to say it, that's if she allows herself to be submissive. You know, it's not like saying I have to be submissive, but if he's doing something that's taking care of whatever, she will naturally become submissive, you know, because everything is handled. And also a man who is in the position of masculinity or leading his household, he wouldn't even settle for a woman who's not submissive.
Right.
You know, so it's like, I can see how he can speak to a woman in a way, or he's catering to that woman, which is, I don't think it's a bad thing if that's his audience, you know? Yes, it's not focused on men, but that's okay for the men who can appreciate that content, like an Andrew Tate or a Kevin Samuels or, you know, a Fresh and Fit type of audience, you know? But if his message that he's getting, because I don't think that's saying anything to make a man feel less masculine. Like, I don't think he's leading women to make them feel more masculine. It's just getting them into the position of acknowledging what you should get. You know, that's how I see it.
Hold on, Steve. Hold on. There's something that I want to say. He reminds me of Derek Jackson. Yes or no?
I haven't seen Derek Jackson.
So
I got a good gist of it.
You know who he is, though, right?
Yeah. The dude who lied about.
Well, regardless,
pandering to women.
He literally. I could hear Derek saying the exact same thing. So here's the problem, Mel. It's not that I agree with you. Okay, he's not. Especially in this clip, he's not saying anything wrong. Like I said, here's the problem. But here's the thing I disagree. You said this information will help women get the outcomes they want. No, it won't. That's the problem. This will not help women get the outcomes they want. If you want to help women get the outcomes they want, you have to focus on what a woman needs to do. You don't talk to a woman about what a man needs to do to help a woman get outcomes she wants. That doesn't even make sense. It should be focused on what she needs to change. So the problem is, and the deception is, he's speaking to a female audience, but he's not giving them anything that they could use to get the outcomes that they want. It only feels good.
Except telling them that a man that is already masculine is not going to tell you need to submit. He's going to already be in a position to where you're going to want to. That's basically what he's saying, that's simply not true, because you can have very masculine women that have no idea what a masculine man looks like because they've never even seen one. Maybe they've never even dated one. So,
but then that man wouldn't even be with that woman.
But he's not talking to men. He's not talking to men. He's talking to women.
Yeah. But I'm saying if she's a masculine woman, a man wouldn't be attracted to that.
When you say be with, what are you talking about? Marrying? Probably not. Having sex with?
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. Shoot, because a masculine dude that can see a woman's traumas for a mile away, he's gonna go into it and he already knows the game plan.
Yeah.
Recreation only.
So it doesn't benefit a woman at all. And he could be masculine. The problem is, if you want to help women get better outcomes, you have to speak to what women can do to get the type of men that they want.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I definitely agree with that.
I mean, that's what Kevin Samuel's message was.
Kevin.
That was Kevin's message. That was his message.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree.
Now,
with
I
that.
guarantee you, ain't no women in his comment sections. You this, you that, you hate your mother.
No,
I guarantee it.
Of course not. This is why. This is and the way that I was trying to be very careful the way that I express myself about him, and that's why I also said my intuition. I didn't say how he makes me feel, right? Even though intuition is a feeling, but when I think intuition, it is almost like the detective part of me inside saying something's not right about this. There's something inside of this that I don't like. I still don't like it.
We have instinct, animal instincts, all that. It's just something.
I don't think instincts and gut feelings are like traditional feelings. Like, okay, I touched Mel's arm. That's a feeling, but that was a fact too.
Yeah.
Right. Like that's a gut feeling. It's tangible. It's not the same as I love you or I love you.
I just think that it's very telling. Just looking at his audience size. He's a podcaster as a man arguing with other women on a podcast, but yet his personal page, not his podcast, his personal page, almost 1 million followers, and I have almost 25 friends that follow him, and they're all women. I just don't like the fact that as a black man, it is as we are. I won't even say we're at war because that's not the right term. It's way too intense.
We're at war.
But we are working on being masculine and stepping up to the plate and getting to the point where we can then request that or demand, whatever you want to call it, for more feminine women. And men are being in the spotlight of saying, well, listen, we want X, Y, and Z. So now people are putting a spotlight on us and saying, well, okay, well, men, you need to be X, Y, and Z also, right? And you have someone like him who I see as almost taking advantage of it, almost like a Derek Jackson. And it was a really good point because he reminds me of them too. Just pandering to them. It's almost like that this crowd is looking for men that look like all these other podcasters to gravitate towards. And I see them share his stuff all the time. Like, oh, well, y'all need to listen to him. Or he says that yada, yada, yada. Y'all should be doing this more. You know what I'm saying? It's almost
More
like
of the same.
It's almost like giving them an excuse to say all of y'all are up here talking about y'all want women to submit. And then they share this clip, and it's like, well, if you wanted a woman to submit and you were a man that they could submit to, you wouldn't even have to talk about it. But it's not true. Like, we do need to talk about it because they don't even know it's a thing.
Yeah,
they know now.
I've had too many interactions with women being what a lot of people would view as a masculine man, a leader, an alpha, all those things. Like not type, dude, but like
on every level.
On every level,
yeah.
Right? And I have had multiple interactions with women. Multiple. I mean, more than I could count, more than I can remember. And what I have learned is you cannot tame a woman with your masculinity, nor do you want to.
Right.
The only women that I deal with are feminine women, and they come prepackaged and ready to go. It's not because I tamed them or I wrestled them down or I had to show them. From day one, they were feminine. From day one. So this talk about, if a man is, this is inconsequential because at the end of the day,
his has too many holes in it. His way has too many holes in it. versus doing what would make the most sense?
Well, it doesn't benefit us at all. It doesn't benefit men at all. His message in general, at least on his page.
Obviously, because he's not even telling men how to fix their problem.
He's just talking about men to women, which is fine. But that is what when I went through his content, I said, yeah, I don't want to. Why does this keep popping up for me? I don't understand. It was a podcast, so
Instagram be playing.
Yeah,
they be playing.
So I said, all right, man, I don't want to see this no more. So,
well, since we're talking about women,
let's do it.
Oh, jeez.
We know you got something on the agenda.
Nah, some kind of.
Hell of a segue.
All right, yeah, it's not really, but so there was y'all familiar with the singer Ciara, dancer? She's with Russell Wilson.
Ciara.
Yeah.
Ciara. She popular like in the 90s, 2000s?
Yeah, like 2000s.
My goodies.
Oh, yeah. She had that song called My Goodies.
Not my goodies.
I saw something about her recently.
Yeah, so I'm about to get into it, man.
I don't remember what it was, though.
I thought we talked about her.
We did
Nah,
not.
but
Okay.
something. This was last week.
Yeah, Ciara.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
go ahead.
Ciara, she was with Russell Wilson. They were at a Vanity Fair.
Okay.
Vanity Fair. They were at a Vanity Fair Oscar party, and the Oscar party had a theme, and the theme was barely there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so she was okay.
Okay, let him finish.
And so everyone was commenting, well, the world is in uproar about what she was wearing. You know, and so have y'all seen the picture? Let me see if
I
can
think
Google
I
it.
might have seen it because I remember.
Was she in white?
Was it a bodysuit? Like her legs
I
are all
remember
out?
seeing. I don't click on like I don't.
It's
Oh, it's sheer.
yeah, it's basically like see through.
It's sheer.
She's out there with her man. I mean, can you see nipple?
Oh, no, you probably can't see nipples, but you can see all the cheeks.
I mean, there's nothing. She's not wearing anything.
She's wearing a thong bikini.
Yeah.
Yo, she has a nice. She
got a
takes
nice
care.
body.
She takes
Yeah,
care.
and then everyone gets to freaking look at it, and
She has a
Russell Wilson.
beautiful-
is,
imagine if Lizzo was.
oh my!
I mean, don't imagine. Sorry.
Why would you do that? Why?
I know. I'm
We're
sorry.
looking at Ciara.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm
And
sorry.
you talking about Lizzo?
It's my comedic mind. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's evil.
Yeah,
It's
she
not
looks nice.
You're a rapper. What are you not? You're not a
Let me see. Zoom in on her breast because she has to have pasties on or something. If she's got the nipples out, bro, that's too much.
I mean, she's already. You can't.
Oh, you can't tell. It's too fuzzy.
not-
She's got to have pasties, maybe nude pasties or something.
Zoom in on Russell's face. He looks.
Yeah,
She's smiling. He's just like, man, I didn't want to come
Yeah,
to this.
she has to have pasties or something.
Or maybe they just photoshopped it because whatever she's wearing, you can't tell that she's.
They wouldn't Photoshop that.
No.
But okay, how do you all feel about this dress?
I wouldn't want her to wear that.
It's not a dress, bro.
Oh, whatever that this is. What is a dress?
It's a dress by name, by definition.
It is a sheer. It's a sheer
It's like-
lingerie. It's lingerie
She's wearing
robe.
lingerie.
yeah.
It's lingerie.
You said it was barely there. Russell's in a suit.
That's what I was wondering. Like, is he gonna be in there in a Speedo?
Like,
what's
yo, this is so
happening?
crazy. Like, dude, like these, like they will do anything for attention.
Anything. And isn't Russell Wilson
Religious? He's like a religious guy.
well, whatever. But isn't he the masculine man that every woman
I mean,
thinks? Isn't he
I thought he was a simp.
No, for women. Isn't he the
Yeah, they do
benchmark
call her.
for women? Isn't when you ask a woman, well, what's a masculine man? What's the type of man? Don't they always say Russell?
Yeah, because Russell gives him what he wants.
Okay,
He just let him do what they wanna do.
Russell marries the baby mama, gives her everything she wants, allows her to run around naked and stuff like that, and that's the man. That's the masculine man that all the women think that they want, right? But yet, with all his masculinity, all his he-man power, he can't keep his woman from showing her ass on the red carpet.
Come on, bro.
So okay, the question is because
what was the question, Mel?
I
didn't think there was a question.
Well, no. I was watching the Joe Budden podcast, and they were commenting on this, and there was only one person on the panel who had my perspective about Ciara wearing that. You know, because what I said.
What's your perspective? What's your perspective?
Yes, Ciara wouldn't wear that. Like if we were in the relationship,
Oh, okay.
she would not be wearing that.
Okay.
You know, at all. But everyone else that was, you know, on Joe Budden's podcast, they said they would let her wear it.
These are all men?
Yeah. There was only one dude that was like,
They said, I don't see anything wrong with this?
No. They like if they said if you go to the event, like let's say me and my girl, we go to the event and we come together and she's dressed like this only when she's with me. It should be okay. It shouldn't be a problem because, she's comfortable as long as I'm there, And
they're saying it's okay because you're there?
Yeah.
Because Russell's there.
And then in my mind, I'm just like, you wouldn't even have that on, period. And that's what one of the dudes on there, his name's Ish. And he was talking about like, no, like my woman's not even, it's not even a scenario. And Joe kept trying to create a scenario where they would, she would, I'm wearing this, period. I'm just letting you know. And then
this is the problem with their relationship.
Yeah.
She runs the relationship.
Well, so here's the reality, right? Russell is not the masculine mascot that everybody portrayed him to be, or women at least portrayed him to be. He's classified as a simp for a reason.
Technically a beta, right? I mean,
beta male.
Beta. This is beta
behavior.
Period. There's no getting around that. Like, it's cool to comment on other people's girls, but where's Joe Budden's wife? Is he even married? And if and when he was married, was she running around like you're a bachelor? Of course you're gonna be like, yeah.
Well, he's in a relationship.
I mean,
Whatever.
he ain't married.
No, not married.
You're not married. That's not your woman. That's not your wife. Whatever.
It sounds good when you're talking about somebody else. It's like, yeah, man. We're just like, yeah, hell yeah. Let's look at it.
I like seeing cakes.
Yeah, we zoomed in on. Let me see. Chris said zooming on the breast. You know what I'm saying?
But there are men who are okay with their woman dressing like that when they go out.
They are, and that's okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that for them. For Steven, I don't like that.
Yeah, at all.
Period. I don't like, number one, I don't like promiscuous women. I don't like women that dress sleazy, slutty. I am conservative in the way that I dress, in the way that I am. I'm conservative sexually. My political views are more conservative. I am a conservative man. I would prefer a woman who knows how to dress and be sexy by how she talks, by her mannerisms, by the way that she can work a room, by her energy, not by how much skin she can show. And to me, that is not sexy. That is the opposite of sexy and saying, well, all I have is this, so I'm going to show everything.
But okay, what about if a woman wants to go swimming at a beach? That type of attire is still around, Because the party was a themed party. So if you're sticking to the theme, you're not the only one who's dressing like that.
Look at Russell. He's dressed. She didn't have his shirt off. Like
she wasn't the only one dressed like that. They're the only ones who made it to like public or whatever.
Well, are they the biggest ones? The biggest ones at this party?
Oscar party. No, they're not the biggest.
Here's the thing though. When you're at the beach, you're at the beach. Who wants to be at the beach with pants on? Who wants to get in the ocean with pants on? That's even dangerous.
That is a normal way to dress at the beach.
At the beach. Yeah. It's not about you, but you're going to a controlled environment.
But it's normal to dress at a themed party that fits the theme, right?
Absolutely. So guess what you could have done? I'm barely there, right? Barely there could have been shades, really dark shades. I'm here, but I'm not even paying attention to y'all.
That's good.
Barely there could have been let's say she's wearing like pants, but she has a top and her back is completely out.
Or I was thinking that she could have like all her dress is sheer, but she only are all black, but then her thighs are sheer. Mm. Like, ooh, you could just see some thigh. You know what I'm saying? Like she was naked.
There's a lot of ways to do that, Mel. It's like you can't.
But you make a good point though. I'll give you that. You make a good point. I think that they are within the theme, and I don't have a problem with that, but that does not mean that just is like an opportunity for you just to get naked. It's just like these skating parties, right? These skating parties, when you have pajama skate parties, every person knows that the pajama skate parties it's like Halloween. It's a chance for women to just be naked. It's just for a chance. You go out and you wear lingerie, you wear, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And all the men know, this is what we go for. We want to go see.
What if your woman came to you and said, "This really is important to me. I really would like to go to this." Y'all talk about it, and I really want to go to this. It's event special. Would you still do it, or would you be like,
well, is it the event or is it the clothing or
the event? But you would have if you want to wear the theme.
Once again, I already gave you options.
I'm saying, but
I mean that was.
But I'm saying, like, she wants to wear this outfit.
So here's the compromise.
What scenario will happen?
Here's the compromise. When you really want to go, it's important to you. It's good for your career. Whatever. Change clothes. Put something else on. Or
but this is the outfit I want to wear.
Okay. Well then wear a shawl.
A shawl
around your waist at least.
Yeah, I want to go exactly like this.
I'm not.
Well, no, I'm seeing
a woman that I am going to marry.
Listen.
She's not. She understands that I can ask, I can request, I can plead. But if Steven is not comfortable with it, I'm not going to do it because she's going to understand that if this is a woman that says, Steven, I submit myself to you, I commit myself to you, I love you, I trust your judgment, you take care of me, you will have the final say in your life, in my life. This is a woman that is going to be married to Steven. I'm not talking about anybody else out here. Y'all do what y'all want to do. Then she understands that I'm going to have the final say. And most of the time, I will do stuff in her favor, right? Because I want her to be happy. I want, I would want to give her the world. But that goes against who I am. I'm conservative.
And she's a representative of you.
Correct.
See, a lot of men don't understand that your woman represents you. So that's the reason why when your woman's out there shaking her butt, tongue out on IG, doing all that, a man sees another man's woman like that and just, okay, there's certain things I can assume about that relationship. Dude. We're doing it right now with Russell.
Dude.
We're doing it right now. Perfect. He's a simp. He's da-da-da. Like,
we don't even know for sure.
Don't know
we
for
just
sure.
know from what we've seen, but it's exact. You're correct. I mean, it was just like I told you guys about the girl that I have, that I'm friends with. We work together. She has an OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
And then I removed her from my Instagram. Well, she has a boyfriend. And the crazy thing is, I talked to my boy. And I was like, "Yo, did you know so and so has an OnlyFans?" He was like, "Hell yeah, it's only like $8.99." He's like, and I said, "So you know?" He was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, go ahead." He said, "Yo, go ahead and sign up and screenshot me the pics." And I'm like, "Why would I sign up? You sign up.
You know the price."
Yeah. He was just like, "Nah, man, I ain't paying for that, but I still want to see what's going on." And I was like, "Bro, don't she have a shut up. We never paid for it." But I was like, "Don't she have a man?" He was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, wait a second. She's still with old boy? And he was like, yeah. And I'm like, and she has an OnlyFans? He was like, I mean, some dudes just don't care. I said, bro, this is crazy. Like, and then you see women that are in full relationships that are posting half nude on their IG. They're constantly posting pictures that are not just regular pictures. These are pictures we understand. Men know a picture that is designed to get attention, likes, clicks, and a picture of a woman or somebody just posting just to post content. Like, why are you in a relationship posting pictures to get likes?
Yeah. That if it doesn't serve a purpose, I was just talking about this today at the vegan meetup. I'm just like, I have hesitancies posting online.
You do?
Yeah.
Even as a single man?
Yeah, I have hesitancies of just posting, like, in general.
Well, I mean, I think you should.
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I post you guys because, I'm saying, you don't post enough. People like you guys.
You're just talking about from influencer standpoint.
Yeah. And that's the same thing. I'll get motivated, but
no, you don't post anything. You posted 2 workout videos. So I'm like, hell yeah, like, let's go. I was excited. And then gone. I said,
because it's just like I feel like I'm like, hey, look at me type thing. And like, I get it. I have to get rid of that thought process.
You should get rid of that thought process.
And so, what I mean? It's changing. It's just, I have to stay consistent with it because
it motivates people.
Yeah,
it does. That's what I'm. Have to think about it from their perspective, but not their perspective versus mine.
Can't nobody talk on
because if I'm looking at a content creator or someone that I like, I'm looking for more of their stuff.
There you go.
I have to look at it from that perspective versus me not.
And also, you have to think. You think the opposite of most people. So whatever you're thinking is not what other people are thinking.
I have to realize. That
Like
as well.
if you realize that, you can simplify your whole life.
like you know how much you'd be so powerful if you just knew that no one thinks like you.
I'm pretty sure that's something you said to you before.
use it again. Use it for your benefit. Like,
But you can also tell the people that are posting just for clicks and likes, and people that are posting that are actually trying to help. And you can tell that you don't post for.
it's obvious you don't post for clips.
Yeah.
But you see a woman, and it's always from the back.
Oh my God.
She's always turning her butt to the camera, or she's doing squats, and the camera's right there.
Like, bro, you can't do squats. Let me see the front. Let me see your knees. Let me see the angle of your feet. You're doing squats from the back. I'm not even looking at you squat. I'm just looking at ass.
Shit.
Like they do those. They do
those squat girls.
Bro, they do those. You watch those like videos. Make a smoothie with me today, right? They're gonna make a smoothie, but then the first clip is them in yoga pants, ass backwards, drinking a smoothie. I didn't need to see you at all.
But then, what about the girls who get upset when men are looking at you while they're at the gym?
Bro, they piss me off. This whole culture is pissing me off because they do this on. Y'all do this on purpose. You go to the gym and you take your damn shirt and they tuck it up in their sports bra, and so it's just all ass, right? But then they say, "Don't look at me. I don't want people paying attention to me." So why the hell are you tucking your shirt in your sports bra?
There's some girls that you can tell that they're there for attention because they come face full of makeup.
Face full of makeup. You're at the
eyelashes.
gym.
Like, what are you doing this at the gym for? Yeah, I mean, I be looking, but
Bro, you know what I'm saying? But most of the time when we go to the gym, we go to the gym.
Yeah.
Man, and you know what, man? I'm not gonna lie. This actually frustrating me because I feel like. No, I know. I don't.
Steven's in his feelings.
I'm very cautious when when I hear it and I say it. So I'm saying yes. This is how I feel. The gym, for as long as I've known it, has been dominated as a male space, right? And I'm not. And let me preface: I have no problem with women in the gym. I think that women going to the gym is a good thing. I think that more women need to be in the gym. And to be honest with you, it really should be a dominated place for both people because fitness with women is just as important as fitness for men. Anyway, neither here nor there. But it is no longer a place for us to go and vent, blow off steam, blow off emotions, be a place for coping. It's now a place for people to go, and it's like going to the mall for women. Like, it's like going and showing off your new outfit. Going and showing, I just got these new yoga pants, or I just got these new gym sharks, or these new whatevers. And it's just like, bro, y'all are not even going to lift for real. Like, I've been in the gym, and literally, like, y'all, like, what are y'all doing in here? Y'all just walking around. You're not even lifting. Like sometimes you go in and then you'll see them just kind of standing around, walking, taking pictures in the mirror, they're setting their cameras up, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. And it's so frustrating because it's now becoming a space that is less about actually working out and more about going and getting content.
I have a question. If you removed all the men from the gym, traditional gyms, not because there's specialty gyms that are just for women, but we're talking like Gold Fitness, if that's still around. We're talking Fitness Nation. We're talking,
yeah.
Right? If you remove men from the gym, do women still go? At the same volume that they're going now?
I think somewhat. Maybe if they're
At the same volume that they're going now, do women still go?
No, I don't think so. It would go down.
No.
A society without men or gym without men.
So if there was so how would this work in practicality? Men. So there's no men only gyms. There probably would never be, because then they'll say, well, that's not fair. Feminism, yada yada yada. Right? It's misogynistic. Affirmative action, misogynistic. Any one of them big words, the alphabet crew will come through and they start throwing these outfits around.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
They're going for yes. Are they going to work out? Sure, but you can tell the women that go there to work out and the women are going there for attention.
Because I see a lot of fat people, a lot of fat women at the gym. And
That's good.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So it's
You
like,
see a lot? What is a lot? More
I
than
won't
50%?
say I see a lot.
nigga, more than the healthy chicks.
More. So you're saying
I
that
see more unhealthy chicks than healthy chicks.
You do?
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Times it must have changed. I've never seen that before.
Well, maybe it's my level of considering unhealthy then, because I see a lot of.
I don't.
Okay.
I mean,
no. That makes sense.
Now,
makes
when
sense.
you say unhealthy,
I'm thinking 250 plus.
Well,
That's definitely unhealthy.
are we just
You're right.
talking about weight? Because if you're talking, because there's
talking
the girl that's in there with the slim waist, but she's basically fat. She has all her fat squished down in her thighs and her butt and
damn
everything.
waist
Right?
trainer.
Are we talking about her, or are we talking about somebody who doesn't have a physique? They're not built well. They clearly don't go to the gym.
Well, also, I mean, I'm talking about the bigger one as well, but more of some that are just like flubby. They look like a Kirby, like a tall Kirby.
God damn.
Just a little chunky. They're not like crazy big, but man.
So you're talking about
need to
women-
cut back on the burritos.
You're talking about people that are
looking like a
working, or
Chipotle.
people that clearly this is their first time in the gym.
a combination of both. Like I see, because I actively see
the problem
someone.
is we don't understand what you're
I actively
considering
see
fit.
someone in the gym who goes there. I've seen them for years, but there's no change in their size.
because they ain't doing nothing.
Well, they're not eating.
there.
And
They're just there.
they still big. They're still big. So that's kind of the idea that I have when I'm speaking.
But I'm saying what I'm
They're
saying.
not changing their diet. That's
Right, they're not
that's the
changing their
problem.
diet. But what I'm saying is, you're saying you go into the gym, and out of 100 women, at least 55, 60% of them are like overweight. They're obese. They're unhealthy. They're overweight or obese. Mm-hmm. Oh, I've never seen.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't see fit women.
No, you're saying 40.
I'm not saying
You're saying
I don't
45.
see
You're
fit
saying
women, but
45% of them are fit.
I see more fat women than fit women.
Yeah.
Maybe the time of day that I go in
That's-
as well, because that makes a big difference. Because they have those gym classes.
Hey man, you just go when you got to know when to go, man.
Yeah, you do.
Hey man, did you go look at EOS yet?
I did. It looks pretty nice.
You went inside?
No, I didn't go. I looked online.
You got it.
It looks nice. I mean, but all that extra stuff.
I know.
I don't be needing.
I
man.
think that there's some stuff there you would like.
Yeah,
Only $10 a month, right?
yeah. It's the same as what I'm paying now.
Yeah, man. But this gym was founded on high quality, over the top things that you would pay way more for at a cheap price.
Yeah, I'm going to wait before I
Let it
try
die
to
down a little bit?
switch. No, it's just that because the things that I mainly want to do, I'm gonna either do outside,
Okay.
or I'm going to do in the garage.
Calisthenics.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
not really gonna be at the gym.
Yeah, which is why like you said, I like to be on my own world when I'm working
They got
out.
the turf thing, man. They got all kinds of stuff there.
It's pointless to try to convince Mel.
Oh, I'm not really
No,
trying to convince him.
Because,
It's
he
just
told me about it, and I got excited about it. And I looked at it.
it's
It's just that I want to build what I'm working on first before I start. I mean, I'm already at a gym. I mean, before I go to because
our gym is really basic though.
It is.
And I'm saying for the same price, you get way more. I'm just saying. That's why I said just.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'm not
it's like a
trying to.
sales
I'm not
pitch to
trying to
me.
convince
Yeah.
you. No,
I'm
I'm not.
just saying I don't need a lot.
I know.
I don't
I'm
need
a
all
simple
these
guy.
machines. Like, as long as I can do my calisthenics, because that's what I'm focused on is calisthenics. Calisthenics is not needed for machines.
Body is working with your own body.
Everything
It's
that
literally
deals with your
not
body.
using machines. Yeah, I mean, obviously, he can kick. If he can kick and he can do his calisthenics, he's good.
Yeah, I'm good money, man.
Oh no, I'm not. Listen.
But I'm not, because dude, trust me, I was gonna be like, maybe I just have 2 gyms. But then I was
That
like,
would be balling.
I have to
That would
just
be
because I paid yearly, but I'm not going to redo the It's
yeah.
not. There's no point.
Yeah, man, just ball out, bro.
It's
Two
no.
guys, 2 cars, 2 girls. Deuces.
2 cars, 2 girls. you know what I'm
Nah,
saying? 2 gym
I don't know.
memberships.
John
living
had
2 lives.
2 memberships. at
I
one
have
point
2
in
as
time.
well, but it's only because I paid yearly, and I just
I can
bought.
see
I
why
just
John
paid.
has 2. John was a professional gym rat, so.
Hey man, let's put. Hey,
Huh?
nothing. It's a good spot, man.
I mean, I pay $50 for a membership.
You
sorry,
still
I'm
pay
sorry,
for the
what?
membership, don't you? And you don't even go it.
Can I finish my statement?
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
We was about to jump on. Chris started talking about going to the gym. We already automatically call him a liar.
I pay $50 for a membership to a mastermind It's $50. That's important to me. That's 5 gyms. If gyms
5
are
months.
important to you, that's 5 gyms. No, 5 gyms a month. You have access to 5 different gyms. It's
Oh, you pay
$50.
monthly for this?
Yes.
Oh, I understand.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
I
I do
could-
the same. I mean, I pay monthly for different classes I take. Like,
Dude,
Andrew Tate's.
I absolutely agree with you, right? I would one day, Chris, I would love to see you consistently in the
I
gym.
do. I'll be in there for 4 months at a time. That's it.
We consider that consistent?
4 months. Yeah. The
He
consistency.
said, yeah, he kept moving.
The consistency
Nah,
is.
he ain't been
Oh,
to the
every
gym in
4
years.
months. Once.
The consistency is when I start working out, you get 4 months. It's the same every time.
And then after that,
And then
it's
how- and then how- and
7
then-
years. or
right.
some
It
shit.
doesn't matter. The consistency is
Many moons.
You know that when I start, I'm gonna be in there for at least 4 months.
That's fine. I said
Hey,
when you
yeah,
start.
man, we can get it in.
Yeah, we're gonna get it in. Actually, I was thinking about getting some bikes.
Let's do it. Like bicycles.
Yeah.
Not like bikes, y'all motherfuckers. I'm not doing no motorbikes.
We know you're not getting on the
not getting a
motorbike.
motorcycle?
Ah, that's good. I'm good. Especially not here.
Why? People be wild.
We ain't got fucking room. We still got a motorcycle here.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Anybody looking for a bike?
But the bicycles, I'm down for that. Me
Yeah,
and
you don't
CB
have
is
to say
supposed get one.
bicycle like that. You can just call it a bike. But
Because
Are we getting like half?
I want a
electrical?
bicycle.
I'm getting electrical bike. Yeah.
Like half and half.
You getting so you're not even going
No,
for fitness.
no, it's
he
not.
going for fun.
No,
I mean, they go like 20 miles an hour.
No,
though,
listen,
right? They're
Mel.
expensive though.
Mel, it's not about that. You still have to pedal. It's not.
but
it
it's
just,
not-
No. It just allows you to pedal. Listen, pay
I'm
attention.
listening.
It's just you're exerting the same amount of energy. The difference is you just go faster. It's a
Or you
it's
can
a
pedal
bo-
faster.
It's an assist.
Have you tried it already?
Yes, I've been looked at these a long time
So
ago.
you
Wait,
can
which-
go. So you can go up hills with no problem. Like heels.
It's not about going up hills with no problem. Okay. Imagine that you exert X amount of force to ride your bicycle. Okay, you have a regular bike. You exert X amount of force. You exert the exact same amount of force on the electric bicycle, but you're moving faster.
so it doesn't have a problem on hills. I'm asking you.
Mel,
You
Mel,
didn't answer the hills.
Mel.
Does it have an issue on hills?
Mel, what's going to make a bike have issues on hills or not is gears. It has nothing to do
I'm
with the motor.
saying like you're pedaling.
He answered the question though.
I don't.
Just
the-
say yes then.
He did answer the question.
Man, shut up.
Oh shit!
Ain't nobody
No,
asked you.
actually, I'm on your side.
If
actually.
you're on a speed bike,
I'm on your side.
If you're on a speed bike and you're going up a hill, you change the gear to 1, right? And it makes it easy.
I don't know.
What you mean you don't know?
I don't know
You
which gear you
You're
change it
asking
to.
questions. You're trying to trap me and tell me that I'm using an electric bike to just ride. I'm just basically sitting on
you
the bike.
sitting on there.
So you
Ghost
should
riding
know
the
what you're
whip.
talking about.
You ghost riding
Have
the
you
whip.
ever? Have you ever? When you travel, have you ever got on like the lift bikes, or they'll have like the
Bikes,
Capital
no.
One bikes?
I'll do
you'll
the
rent?
scooters.
Right. But so the bikes are half and half. So they'll be electrical, and they give you a boost. So
Man, I know what they do.
Do you though?
Do you though?
Because it sounds like you don't.
No, it's just like there's a difference between the regular pedal bike versus this.
Well, if anything,
This creation.
this creation is harder because you charge the motor as you pedal.
I mean, I would try
there's
it.
no-
I'm not against trying it.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen.
I'm not gonna just buy the bike.
Here's
though.
what's gonna
Or
happen.
you can buy it and then we can try it out.
I will buy a bike for me.
I'll try it
And-
out.
for the whole squad.
Yeah.
So here's
Hey,
what's,
Tay, yeah, me.
here's what's gonna
Logo on
happen.
and everything.
All that.
Mel, you get your bike. I'll get my bike. Steve, you get whichever bike you want, and then we'll
I'll
ride.
pick out my bike and I'll,
Yes.
We're gonna race.
And then we'll ride.
I'll win.
Them electrical bikes are fast. I'm serious. They go like 20 miles an hour.
They
They
actually can go up to 26.
Sir, you
But what
are
I'm-
smoke
But
mode.
what I'm trying to tell you
26
is
on a bike?
you're riding the bike like normal. It's not. It's you're just
just
getting
get- it
more
get-
out of every pedal.
I get you.
But the resistance, I can't even say it's the same but you have resistance. You're right.
So in order to make the bike move, you have to pedal.
Yes. Now there are electric bikes that will ride for you, but I imagine you're not going to get much out of them because if it's just riding for you, it's going to
100%.
drain the battery.
Yeah.
So
It's just like getting a better bike.
I would say this. For me, I think it'd be more fun. I would
Yeah,
love the
that's-
idea.
it's a speed.
I would love
It
the idea
sounds
of
like a
going at
Chris type of
25,
bike.
30 miles an hour riding a bike.
It's the speed.
It's the speed. That's it.
You can't be on the sidewalk with that.
Yeah, you can. They're regular
You just
bikes.
ride-
It's not
you
even
just ride-
legal
you
to
just
be on
pedal-
the sidewalk
You just pedal
with
slower.
bikes. It's not even legal. You have to be in the street.
Nah, that's with the scooters.
No,
'Cause
that's
they're
with
100%,
bikes.
They're 100% electric.
That's with bikes too.
Oh, you talking about regular bikes?
Yeah.
No, you're talking about in the city centers.
yeah.
You're
Like,
talking about
you
the
ha-
city
you have
centers.
Yeah, but you can ride that thing around here.
You can get pulled over if you're on a bicycle because it's a form of transportation.
No, it's not electrical though. Well, I guess
Doesn't
it's-
have to be.
It doesn't matter.
Wait, you think that the cop is going to take the time to whoop whoop whoop? You got to get
Yes.
on the road.
There's people who
Well,
drive
that's-
drunk
if-
are driving their bike
Right,
drunk,
yes.
and they
You
can get
get-
pulled
yes,
over
you
for
can
that.
Only if it's mechanical.
No,
or
no,
electrical.
No,
No.
if it's a bicycle.
No, every state's gonna have different laws. Every county's gonna have different laws. But the point is, what you're talking about, if they don't have designated bike lanes, they can't make you ride in the street. So
No, I thought it was illegal.
it depends.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
If-
I
no,
thought
no,
it-
you're not
in
wrong.
a city,
You're not wrong.
It says here's the bike lane.
It's just
so
not.
you're
It's
you're
not
correct.
that you're wrong. It's just not so easy to say you can never ride on the street. Because when I was in Georgia, in Atlanta, they were like I don't know if they had an actual bike lane, but we were riding on the sidewalk and we saw people pulled over on their bikes for drinking and driving. But they didn't have a bike lane. There was some parts that there was. It's not like, oh, you're riding on the sidewalk, they're gonna instantly pull you over. Like,
Yeah, nah, because I mean we'd have been pulled over hella when we was
when we was
kids.
children.
Okay. In Texas, a bicyclist may not receive a DUI for riding under the influence. The state may pursue charges of public intoxication.
Okay, well we can get the bikes. I don't particularly care about all the logistics shit.
I mean, Nick, get whatever bike you want.
But in some places, you can get one.
I'm gonna get an electric bike, and if we race, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, them things go
Yeah, if you cheat.
It's not cheating, Mel. The motor assists. If you're gonna get the electric bike.
I'll have to. Okay, yeah,
They're
we'll see.
fast.
Look, they're
definitely-
not.
They're
It's not.
so
It's,
fast.
trust me. Have you rode one?
Yes, man, I be traveling.
Yeah,
I be
but
on
you be
these-
riding the Uber bikes and stuff.
I got one in Chicago.
But they allow you to just go on
No, well,
battery?
this was both.
But do they allow you to go battery only?
I don't think so, and I don't think this one was that I had. I was pedaling.
Okay.
But there was something on it. I think I had two different bikes, but it was. I remember riding, and I was. Well, this is Matt. This is okay. I was riding the bike because I was doing the photos for the Chicago marathon. So it's 26 miles.
Oh, okay.
So I had to get and I can't ride along their path. So if I wanted to get in front of them, I had to go 5-6 miles around to get 1 mile in front of them, and I was flying. Like that was a really fun day.
And so what it number one, encourage you to get out there because you know you're gonna have fun. You're gonna be rolling, but you could pedal so you can get your workout in as much as you can. But then you can still keep rolling.
Oh, dude, my feet were that by the end of that day because I wasn't on the bike all day. Like sometimes my bike would die, I'd have to get another one, or I mean, there were times where I had to get off the bike because I was going to a bridge and then someone would take it. I mean, it was.
Ooh, you're trying to push this podcast conversation to another direction. Yeah, man. I don't care about bikes like that, cuz.
Damn, man. I guess we'll just fuck my experience at the Chicago Marathon.
No, I mean, you sound like you was done.
Oh, okay.
But appreciate that.
Yeah,
but yeah, we'll get some bikes, man. I definitely want to get that.
Will.
Yeah, I mean, Chris gonna buy it for us. But okay, y'all know the banks are crashing apparently, right?
Yeah.
And well, I know one bank crashed.
Two.
I think it was two.
Was it two?
Yeah, I think two.
Not
Silicon
the-
Valley Bank, and then what
One
was
other
it?
major
a
bank.
crypto bank.
A crypto bank. Ew. So
What's the second one?
what are you all thoughts about the bank crash, or how much do you know about it? Because I know very I know a smidget, but not enough to have a big. I mean, because my mind, when I think about bank crash, I immediately think about, okay, if the news is telling us it's a bank crash,
Something else.
then it has to be something that's misleading, because we are of the people who have more free thoughts, so we know that there is a bigger hand at play here.
So what is okay? So I don't know much, but here, let me give you my thoughts. Okay. So one thing that we know is that payment processors were having trouble paying out companies, Square, Etsy, these websites, they weren't paying people because they normally pay them every day or whatever. Who is in control of all those monies, right? So a lot of
Those monies?
a lot of the money is not in banks. We know this. You go to get money out of a bank, and if it's over $5,000 or something, hey, we need 24 hours or yada yada yada. They don't actually have money on hand. So what I believe is happening is that there's between the next coming of the right, then whatever's coming next, number 2, and then all the stuff happening with alien spaceships and what's supposed to be happening coming up. We talked about what's potentially happening. What I believe is happening is that you have Vanguard, BlackRock, right, the 2 largest investors that basically own everything. They are moving money. And because they're moving money, it makes less money available, which means that the banks have less money, which means that the banks crash. So I don't have, this is me just using my brain and putting things together based upon what I've been seeing, mixed with understanding that they're coming up with these 15-minute cities, right? Understanding that there have been like 900 chemical spills in America in the last 30 days or something crazy, all across the country, right? I mean, there's a big shift that's happening.
Yeah.
And I think that the banks crashing is just simply it's a symptom of something that's happening behind the scenes to make it seem like, oh, well, the banks just crashed. Like, what do you mean the banks crashed?
That's why they are using the media. Yeah. Because, we had the bank crash, in 2008 or so, with the housing markets.
Yeah, that was Bush? When he bailed the banks out? Was that time? Is that what we're talking about?
2008
yeah.
was Obama.
Yeah, Obama. Yeah.
What? No?
Well, I don't know. 2008, there was, when the housing market. When the housing
I thought it was
market
Bush.
That was Bush.
I don't know, nigga. I'm talking about the year. Who cares about the president? I'm talking about the year.
I'm just trying to put it together.
Oh,
because there was some things happening at that time. Because I graduated in 2004. Couple years later, right? Because I was, so it was in that. Okay,
Obama
you're good.
Might have been 09.
Obama was later.
But if the media is telling us that it'll create some fear because people have experiences with those previous crashes.
Yeah, okay.
And so causing that fear or listening to the media telling people that, hey, the banks are crashing and people are trying to pull their money out the banks, but they can't. So if they tell you this on the news, but there's not an actual reality of people legitimately pulling their money out the bank, it's going to make you start trying to take your money out the bank because you start thinking, oh man, they're going to take my money, which will cause millions of people to start trying to withdraw their money from their bank, which could cause a freaking crash for the banks.
Right.
That makes sense too.
So here's what you got. They took us off the gold standard in 33 or something like that. And so once you're off the gold standard, you just print money. There's nothing back in it. It doesn't matter.
It's backed by debt.
It's backed by
or the ability to create debt. I just watched something.
Okay, it's backed by the ability to create debt. What is that? It's nothing. It's frivolous. So if a bank has $1 million, they can loan $9 million, right? Which doesn't make sense at all. If you don't have $9 million, why are you able to loan $9 million?
Poof.
Well, they'll make it because somebody's paying it back.
Magic, baby.
So, well, of course, every single dollar comes with debt attached to it, right? The more money we make, the more debt we have. There's nothing you can do about it. We have nothing. We have no internal income. These are third-party companies that manufacture our money and control our money. So anyway. So that's that. Well, what do the banks do with the $1 million? They invest it. So they'll invest it in bonds. They'll invest it in whatever, fractional reserve banking, whatever. So they don't even have the $1 million. They don't got the $1 million. They don't got the $9 million, right?
What they got then, man?
So it doesn't take much to break a bank from, if they just make some poor decisions, some things don't go right. So they're not as ironclad as you would think. Yeah. Now, most people don't have anywhere near the threshold. So they have no fear. $250,000, you're protected. The government's going to say, no, $250,000, you're good. Let's keep it real. Most people are making $40,000 a year. You don't have $250,000 in the bank.
Sitting in the bank.
Right.
And that's the majority of the money that the bank has. It's come from just regular working class people. So you're good. This isn't even major news. The only ones affected by this are wealthy people. Why is it even on the news? So to Mel's point, and they do this in Texas all the time. Oh, it's a gas shortage. What? It's a gas shortage? Yeah, we're running out of gas. Ain't nobody running out of gas, but now we are, right? So if the media wanted to control this news, what they would do is say, it's no big deal. The bank crashed, but these are all, these are investors. This isn't your life's earnings. Y'all's money will be protected. You don't have to worry about it. There's going to be the government stepping in to stop people from taking money out the bank, so you can't take it out. Everything is good. We're gonna clean up the mess. We're gonna talk to the banks. We're gonna see, what needs to be done to resolve this problem. Blah blah blah. But what did they actually do? They fearmongered, just like Mel said. So that means that they're trying to create something. And the question is, what are they creating? Well, we've been talking about this one world currency forever, and we all knew when Bitcoin came around, okay, this would be the perfect thing to use. Yeah. So none of this surprises me. And then there's this narrative going around right now that one day we're going to go to sleep to a crisis, a banking crisis, maybe even a world class banking crisis. And we're going to wake up to a brand new world. People aren't going to be able to get their money out. People aren't going to be do this, that. And they've been spreading that narrative around as well. Mm-hmm. So now the consciousness of the human people are beginning to believe this. And also we've seen it in all the movies. Yeah. They've been preparing us for this for years.
They're reinforcing everything that they've already placed into our minds.
So guess what I'm doing? I'm getting ahead of the curve, because guess what? It's going to happen. We don't have nearly enough control to say, oh, we're going to stop it. I mean, we do. We can stop it instantly, but let's be honest. We're disjointed because they do that. We can't even get our families together. So I'm going to get ahead of the curve. I'm not going to get left behind. If they're going to change the monetary system to something else, it's already digital currency anyway. Nobody's using cash. We're using our credit cards. That's digital currency. Yeah. What's the difference if it's a digital currency on your bank account card or your crypto card? So I'm investing. I'm getting ahead of the curve. I'm keeping my ear to the ground. I'm also going to be, at some point soon, getting some money into some silver and gold, and putting it in a safe. Like, if for no other reason to just have a secondary form of money, real money, but also you could play the market. You buy low and you sell high. I mean, people invest in stocks and stuff all the time, but you could do the same thing with gold. Yeah. Buy gold at $18, sell it at $25. I mean, like,
you might sit on it for a little bit, but
I mean, who cares? It's an investment. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole point. So I'm gonna start getting into other things.
Yeah. So hopefully, I don't know. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the bank crash, but I thought it was interesting how that topic became news, because they could have, like you said, instead they're putting a narrative out there to create that fear, because they don't have to create fear. They can actually provide you the best option instead of making you feel
Why would
fearful.
they do that?
Exactly. Why would they provide the best options out there for you to do for your life? Because they don't want you to make the best options. They want you to do the options that they want you to do. Because it's apparent that every news network talks about it at the same fucking time.
Right.
With no deviation. They're all in one accord. And all different companies, all from different regions, all with different types of people.
It's a coincidence.
It's just a coincidence that they're always
a big old coincidence.
It's a big old plan. Man.
I think that what they want to accomplish with this is a ways off. Everything always feels like right now. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's COVID, it's Armageddon. If they're doing it, they're constantly poking the bear, constantly poking. Doop, 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 doop. Maybe they never do it, bro. Maybe they never do it. I mean, at the end of the day, they've got us right where they want us. Like,
have y'all listened to, are you familiar with Eddie Bravo? Oh, you know Eddie Bravo. He has his own podcast.
I've never watched it, though.
It's only audio.
It seems like it'd be a little bit too wild, too.
Yeah.
Like, there's no balance on Eddie Bravo.
Nah, I love when Eddie Bravo goes off, man. But he was just, he was talking to someone who is a conspiracy type of dude, and he was talking about a whole bunch of.
I love a good conspiracy.
Yeah, I love a good conspiracy. But check it out. I mean, they talk about a lot. Did y'all? Okay, before we wrap, y'all want to talk about Donald Trump?
I don't know anything about Trump, so I don't. What do you?
Apparently, Donald Trump is getting arrested on Tuesday.
I saw a meme and literally have no idea what. I've stepped 2 steps away from the political field for the last 3 months.
Oh,
Well,
really?
I have no idea what's
arresting,
happening.
if they're arresting Trump, then they really don't want him running again.
Yeah, they're I was watching different.
They're actually arresting him.
He tweeted, well, I guess on his platform, the Truth, whatever his Truth platform, he tweeted on Tuesday, your former president and whatever is going to be arrested or whatever. And people were saying, like, what are they going to arrest him for? Like, what do they have? Like, and they were bringing up the Stormy Daniels situation, like for hush money or whatever.
It's BS. They've never arrested a president.
Period. Old or new.
I mean,
Even Watergate. Nixon
even
didn't
Watergate.
get arrested. He
Even
didn't get
Watergate.
arrested.
So it's bull. If they're arresting him, it's because they don't want him running again.
Yeah.
If they arrest Donald Trump,
They gonna Tate him, man.
if they're gonna arrest him, then they're basically going to get, him elected as president again.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Because everyone's gonna rally around him.
Yeah, like obviously it's apparent he hasn't done anything or that's illegal, and so it's sort of like the Andrew Tate effect, in a sense, because you have people who follow him and they believe, make America great again, and everything, even the situation that happened on January 6th, the Capitol riots or whatever, they actually showed footage of the guy who was walking through, like how cops were like walking him through. He's supposed to be like the leader of Antifa or whatever.
They let him in.
Yeah, his name is Jacob Chansley. And the police officer, it was like maybe 9, 10, 11 police officers. And like 2 of them were like giving him a little tour type thing, was even opening up the door for him. And they were saying, because how they painted it on like, liberal media, that they was out there crazy riots. But the police were literally just, hey
let him in.
opening doors for him and everything. But now he is in jail for 4 years because of that riot thing,
Jason or the police?
No, the Jason dude, dude that they were giving a tour of, and like dude even said a prayer to the police, say thank you to the police for giving us this opportunity or to for being here. But they ended up placing this dude in jail for 4 years. 4 years, and he didn't do anything. Because now he's like wrongly convicted or so, So you see what happens when the narrative is being pushed by a particular party, But Trump going to jail, I can see that being something.
I gotta keep an eye on that. I'm gonna look that up after this.
Yeah, man. It's
Being arrested and going to jail are 2 different things.
The fact that he's a president getting arrested.
Right, it's
period.
the president getting arrested is
The fact that they raided his house is crazy.
Yeah.
Now they're going to arrest him, even if, regardless, you're going in handcuffs, custody.
Yeah.
They've never done that to another president.
Never.
Yeah. It's not a good look for America.
No.
That you have to arrest one of your presidents. Like, all they are is about keeping up facades. Now, in reality, you should be arresting presidents regularly because most of the time the president is going to get in there, get a little power hungry, do some things illegal. Congress people and presidents of all countries should be arrested regularly if the justice system works.
Because they shouldn't be above the law.
Right.
Right.
But they do act that way.
But yet,
I was going to say, well, if they were going to try to save face, just do it quietly. You don't have to make a spectacle of it. But it could still be public knowledge. I mean, that could still save face, but then they're still holding them accountable.
I'm just saying, like, there's a culture. There's a culture of saving face.
Yeah.
If the culture was truly justice in America,
which is not,
then you would see at an equal level, no matter what class you are, people getting arrested.
Yeah.
Because just because you make more money doesn't mean that you're just a better person now. Like
probably a worse person.
It enhances who you are. And
it shows who you are. Not you said enhances who you are.
Yes. Whoever you are, if you're a crappy person, it will enhance that. Like,
and make you more crappy.
Yes, it makes you more crappy.
All right. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page.
Yeah. So whoever you are at your core, it will bring that out in spades.
Yeah.
And so you're gonna see the most despicable things happening with the most wealthy people because they have more resources.
Vote for Trump. Free Trump.
Wait, are we voting for him or are we freeing him?
We gotta vote to free
You
Trump.
gotta free him and then vote him.
Man, I'm we're gonna see what's happening with my man in Florida, man. You know what I mean?
Alrighty.
Well, what do you think's gonna happen if Trump is locked up?
Oh yeah, it's over. Yeah,
It's over. I mean, so he pretty much is a shoe-in.
yeah,
Be vice president officially.
bruh. That Biden gotta go, man.
Oh,
It's
Biden.
Biden gotta go.
Did y'all know that Kamala Harris isn't black?
Yeah, she's
yeah.
like Asian and
She's mixed with a
She's
bunch of stuff.
Indian and something else, but she's not black.
Yeah, it's okay, but they ran her as if she's black.
No,
She's an AKA and everything.
Yeah,
She
she's
is
not black.
an African American vice president. They call her
Yeah.
an African American vice president.
That's the
but
premise
she
they ran
is
on.
not African
super
descent
shady.
or black or whatever.
Yeah.
She has Haitian descent and Indian descent.
Oh, there we go. Haitian. She's black.
No, she got Asian in her, don't she? When you
Well,
say Indian, are you?
Indian.
Apparently, she got a
Okay.
whole bunch of stuff in her.
Okay.
So
Okay.
So, because she was sworn in as senator as an Indian American,
Okay.
but going for vice president, somehow she's black and she's an African American.
Hold on,
Because
we
she's
gotta
a-
clear this up.
Because she's an AKA,
I'm
man.
confused.
She went to HBC. No, she didn't go to HBC.
When you say Indian, are you talking about like from India,
Nah,
or are you
Native
talking
American.
Native American?
India.
when they say India,
I don't know.
she don't have no. She don't
I
look
think it's
Indian.
red dot. I
She
think
don't
it's
look
whatever
India to
dot-
me.
Whatever red dot is.
Right. That's
Damn.
What is that racist?
Yes.
is it?
Red dot's not racist.
What is a red dot?
The Indian. They put the dot for their.
That's probably racist.
That's for it shows their
Hold
third
on,
eye.
man, hold on. Is that racist? Hey, my
Is
bad.
it,
Hey.
Isn't that with the dot? It represents their third eye, right?
I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure it does.
The bindi is said to retain energy and strength and concentration. The bindi also represents the third eye. The Nasadiya Sutka Red Vitka, the earliest known Sanskrit text, mentions the word bindu.
So calling them red dots isn't racist. It's just
Mel.
Okay,
I
look.
think
Ask
that- I
Google
think that-
if red dots is a racial slur.
I think that still could be.
I mean, I
that's-
guess it would be racist if you like the Washington Red Dots.
Well, it depends
that the
on
type of
it
thing?
depends on if it's a slur or not. And if it's not a slur, then it depends on Mel's meaning behind it. When he
Because red dots are feathers, right?
you said red dots are feathers?
Or feathers.
Feather, those are two different Indians.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's not.
So
I mean,
it's
there's.
not racist. Hey, because Jay-Z said it in his song, "Girls,
Did he?
Girls, Girls."
Oh, well, does that mean it's? Does
I'm
that
not
mean it's
saying
okay?
it's not.
I don't think
but-
it's a racist term, Steve. I think that you're just trying
Did I say it was racist?
No, he didn't say it was racist. I
Oh,
just
okay.
asked because the way you did say it was racist.
No, I didn't. It's
Yes,
bec-
you did. You did because I asked and you said, "Yeah, that's racist." That wasn't racist.
Rewind.
I think
Rewind
it's because of how you came at me when I talked about
Asians.
Spaniards.
He came
Oh
at you.
my God, you're still on
He
that?
came at you, not me.
Yeah,
You-
because
the clip is what? It went hard.
because the clip just it
The
just
crazy
came out.
thing is, you're the one that said it was racist. I was just
I didn't
saying
say it was racist.
old. Yes, you did.
You
You're
did.
the one that was.
You was like,
No, because it's how y'all made it. Y'all trying to make me
No.
seem like I was being
No.
racist.
hey, if you racist, man, I rock with
No, man, fuck that.
you. You still my man. See, I mean,
No.
I just gotta get you out your racist ways. man.
I'm far from. I mean, I got mixed children. I'm right. I can say that. I got mixed children.
Steven,
Is
I'm
that
gonna
like
tell you.
saying
Hey,
I
if
got
you
black
want to-
friends?
I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
you
it is
something.
like, I got mixed children. I ain't racist.
I'm gonna tell you something that your boy Donald Trump said. He said, "I'm not racist. I have black friends."
Yeah.
No, that's not the same.
I eat at Mexican restaurants
Yes.
all the time. It's literally the same.
I know. I means I went to the white man. I stole one of
but
his women,
I
and
wouldn't
then I got her pregnant.
I wouldn't consider that racist though.
Red dots.
No, if
I-
if someone was to say, I went to a black restaurant or a Mexican restaurant, I have plenty of black friends, I wouldn't necessarily say that's racist.
It would make you feel some type of way.
No.
Okay.
You're lying.
Okay.
No. It wouldn't make to say I have black friends.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to be considered a black friend. I just want to be considered a friend.
But that's what they said.
But
How would it make you
I
feel?
don't see that racist because
How would it make you feel?
that would make me feel.
You
I
just
don't
said
allow.
that you just said that when you wouldn't want to be the black friend, you just want to be a friend. So then how
Right.
would it make you feel if they said, well, I have black friends. Mel's one of my black friends.
I would say I'm not just a black friend. That doesn't make me who I am. I'm a friend before I'm
then,
black.
so
a black
then
friend.
So obviously it made you feel some type of way for you to even have to say that.
I don't think it comes from a form of oppression or like saying you oppress me.
Oh, so you're using
or
the
you're
definition.
or you're discriminating against. No, your statement is just separating. It's a segregation statement because it's not keeping everything whole. But to say someone is going to a Mexican restaurant, I just came from a Mexican restaurant.
I ain't got no problem with Mexican restaurants.
I don't think saying you go into a Mexican restaurant is racist.
I don't think so either.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No, here's what you're missing. They said Trump was racist, and his rebuttal to someone saying he was racist is, "I have black friends, and I just ate at a Mexican restaurant."
But isn't
that
it?
is what racist? So the idea is that
racist people
that's
say.
what racist people say to prove that they're not racist.
So wait a minute. So what can someone say to prove they're not racist?
Well, here's the thing.
I have mixed children.
Here's the thing.
I love black people.
Actions speak louder than words. You don't say anything. You don't need to say you're not racist if you're not racist.
But sometimes it's so egregious. If someone says, "Steven, you clearly hate white people," I don't even know how I would respond to that.
But people think President Trump is racist because of the things that he said.
He's not.
But he's been asked so many times to denounce white supremacy, and he's done it multiple times. And then it came to a point where they kept asking him to do it, and then he wouldn't do it.
He's like, "Bro, I'm not gonna keep doing this for y'all. I'm not
keep
playing these
doing it."
games."
And then they say, "Oh, he's racist because he won't denounce it." Like, no, I denounced it like 5 other times.
They showed that.
You know, but
people are
they don't
stupid.
put that out there. They'll continue to show this. You know,
I don't think Trump is racist. He's too rich.
Yeah,
If
apparently-
anything, he's classist.
he equally he feels like he's better than all people.
Right. If anything,
I
he's
mean,
classist.
he's
It's not
classist.
about no race.
Yeah.
he only became racist when he ran for president. Because
Yeah.
before that, he was in hip hop videos.
I mean, you got to remember, man, and back in the day, black people, Trump was the standard of where we wanted to be.
exactly. Donald
Like
Trump,
people had no problem with Trump.
Nelly has him in one of his songs. You know?
Like, I mean, you listen to anything hip hop, 90s,
of
90s,
rappers talk about
2010s,
Trump.
everything was Trump.
Mm-hmm.
He was in New York. He was the man.
He was
People
even in Fresh
were
Prince
hanging out with
Bel-Air.
Trump. He's in WCWs and WWF. Like, what you mean?
But he's racist.
But he's racist. Like, but he's dealing. Like, bro, come, y'all are stupid. Like, shut up. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, so go to Mexican restaurants. They're pretty good. Or any,
And then use the word bendu from that one. I don't know how to say it. Bend.
See, you've
Ben-
been saying it wrong.
I don't know how to say it. Bendy.
Bendy?
I'm sure that it's BINDI.
I'm trying to find me an Indian girl named Bendy.
That's an Indian girl with a black dye or red dye.
It's not happening, bro. You're not,
they're the
you're
hardest
not
ones to
getting
get.
You're not getting an Indian girl.
I had an Indian girl.
Oh, you married her?
Nah.
Okay.
Because she was. Okay. She was. Hey, they freaks too, man. Hey,
Mel, I feel like you're not.
that's
I feel like you're
podcast.
not supposed to be talking about that.
Oh, what? I'm not in a relationship.
All right, rock out. Fuck it.
You know what I mean?
Hey man, wrap it up, man. Let's go.
All right, next topic.
No.
All right, y'all. This is the Application Knowledge Podcast. We appreciate y'all. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, hit those thumbs up. I already know y'all showing us love on the reels and the comments.
14,000.
Yeah, man.
14,000.
Hey, them reels going down. 14,000, 16,000, 13,000. Hey, man, they going real out here. Hey, but peace and love. Chris James, Stephen Michael, I am Animated Mel. Holla for $1, Pipe collar for a scholar.